Hello everyone, my name is Sean Hendricks. I'm here at the SIGGRAPH trade show floor at the Wacom booth. I'm here with Wes Maggio from Wacom, who is going to be talking to us a little bit about some of the new devices and hardware that they've got here. Many of you know that Autodesk has had a very long history of having tablets. Long before we had the animation side of the business, we always had the creative finishing side of the business. We had flame, smoke, and the only interface I think they've ever had was a tablet. I think that's pretty much it. But now, technology keeps moving, and suddenly the tablets are becoming even more useful in the 3D space and even more useful in the animation space they have in the past. So Wes, why don't you tell us a little bit about kind of what your new tablets are and where things are going?
Well, we're showing off a lot of things here in our booth today. Obviously, one of our newest products is the Cintiq 13 HD, and for those that aren't familiar with the Cintiq, it's basically a custom-designed flat panel display with our patented pen input technology built inside, so you can work directly on the screen. We've got it available in a number of different sizes. In fact, we'll take a look at those in just a few moments. But you know, in terms of technology, everybody knows this for the pen, and as you said, you know, we have pen input functionality in a lot of applications. But what a lot of people don't realize is that that functionality is designed for application developers to code for, to basically build that in. So we see that in, for example, you know, applications like Mudbox. And well, I won't get into all the applications, there's literally hundreds out there. But in terms of functionality and technology, we're not just looking at pen input, we're looking at other forms of input. So touch functionality, for example. Touch is prevalent in just about every consumer electronic device that, you know, today, and we have that in our Intuos tablet line and our Cintiq tablet line. And like I said, we rely on the relationships that we have with our developer partners, and Autodesk is a prime example of that. Mudbox is the first one that comes to mind. In fact, I think we're actually going to take a look at that in just a few moments, aren't we?
Absolutely. So actually, why don't we do that? Craig, how are you doing over on this side? Everyone,
Good.
This is Craig Barr, one of the demo artists at Autodesk. And he's been here working on the tablets at Wacom for the last couple days. And so Craig, why don't you just show us a little bit about kind of the interactivity working with Mudbox?
Sure. So with our touch display here with this beautiful Cintiq, with Mudbox what we've done is we've integrated a whole entire very powerful suite of touch gestures that enable Mudbox to work in this very tactile way. So the nice thing about this is the freedom from the keyboard and the way that I can move around my mesh and be able to zoom in and out and tumble around. And this is just like working with an actual tactile model within my hand, right? Be able to paint and get in there. Here I'm just painting some very simple kind of skin detail that I'm not worried about the color at this moment, because what I'm going to do is blend this in. I'm actually going to duplicate it as well and create a bump eventually out of this with here. So I can start to maybe multiply that in, or maybe use an overlay to blend it in. I can do a bunch of other interesting things here. If I take my adjust color and just use one of the inverse presets there, so now we're working with a darker color, and because I'm using an overlay, I'm getting kind of this purpley reddish hue on there. So this is a really nice way to work with Mudbox. You know, my hands are right here in front of me on the screen. I'm not scrambling around to grab keyboards or whatever, and I'm able to zoom in and out on the mesh as I go. And of course, I'm showing paint tools. With the sculpt tool tray as well, we have all that additional power. The gestures that we've worked in here as well aren't just limited to tumbling and turning. We have undo, redo. We have all of your basic hotkeys that are important for the sculpting painting workflow. You know, control does the inverse of every function within Mudbox, so we have the ability to access any of those hotkeys. And if you have other functions that you want beyond the gestures, we can actually put Mudbox-specific functions in the express keys on the Cintiq as well.
Thanks a lot, Craig. Really appreciate the quick look through. And Wes, thanks for letting us come out and hang out at the booth for a little bit to show off the devices. We'll be back with another video in a little while, but again, this is Sean Hendricks from SIGGRAPH.